Oh my goodness, guys. God just sent my brother Kevin to me yesterday with just some great messages. You know, he gave a rundown of my runs and what they do and how they give me a time for focus and a time for clarity and a time to strategize with God about my problems. And then he sent me another message later on, and I want you guys to listen to it.
You don't have to battle for something that you have already, okay? What you have to battle for is for strength. And the strength that you have could go enormous as hell. It could get greater and greater and greater. It's strength, Nikki, not sanity, not husband, not this, not that. It's strength. And you find that in the Lord.
Wow, guys. You guys got that? Strength is what we need in this life. And where do we get that strength? We get it from God. Let me tell you, me going on that run every day with God and saying, God, we're together, we're together, we're together. That means when the weak Nick is out, guess what I can tap into? I can tap into God's strength. And the strength that my brother just talked about is unlimited strength, guys, because it's coming from the Lord. So God is so amazing. You know, he just had Kevin to send me that message at the perfect time, just to remind me that I'm not going through life alone. It's the Lord's strength that's helping me, guys. And that's what I want you guys to know. We're not going through life alone. We have God. We're going through life like this with him. And let me tell you, he asks us to do some difficult things for him. But it's not by our own human strength that we're going to be able to do these things. We're going to do it through God's strength. He will be the one to help us. And I was listening to a sermon today. Let me tell you, my Ugandan people that asked me to speak on Wednesdays, I've been shy, guys. I haven't been speaking. So I'll find these sermons that have made an impact on me. I'll just share it with them. And today, it was just Pastor Sam from the Bel Air Church all the way in California, guys. And he talked about when Jesus went aside, when he said to God, he says, take this cup from me. Like it was too hard what God was asking him to do. But he said, but it's not my will, God. Let your will be done. And that's where I want us, guys, to say, God, I know you want us doing some hard things for you, but no problem. Even though it's hard, may your will be done and not our will. And look at Jesus. He died over 2,000 years ago, and we're still talking about him. I live my life following him. Say, God, let me be more like Jesus. Whatever it takes to please you, God, that's what I want to do. And it's just tapping into God's strength, guys, and to be obedient to him and what he's asked us to do. And if he asks us to do these difficult things, we're going to say, no problem, God, I got you. Because we know that he's the one walking with us. He's holding our hands. He's providing the strength. He's providing the wisdom. Everything we need to get through. God has everything we need, guys. It's just for us to follow him and be obedient to him. Let me tell you, when I saw my brother Kevin yesterday, I went to drop something off to him. He said, Nick, give me 10 minutes. But I just said, let me move my car so they didn't give me a hard time. And I went to go out of where we were, the main entrance. And 2 cars were just there blocking the entrance, the exit, so I couldn't get out. So I'm there waiting, and they're taking their own sweet time getting out. But it was a message from God, guys, for all of us on one of the license plates. It just said loyal. And that's one of the hard things I feel God is calling us to do, to be loyal, to be faithful people. Extremely hard, you know, because it's so easy to say, cut off this one. Oh, I don't want anything to do with this one again. But God doesn't require that, doesn't like that. He wants us to be loyal. And let me tell you, God is teaching me all the values that are important to him so that I can pass on to you guys. So this value of loyalty, guys, let me tell you, is rewarded by God himself. And that has really led me on the path to a beautiful life. In fact, I called my friend all the way in Nigeria yesterday. I said, thank you, sweetie, for teaching me that lesson of loyalty. I had to go to Nigeria, guys, to learn that lesson. And I'm so happy I did, because loyalty is working for your girl here. So Every time I go to God and I learn things that are important to Him, these are where, this is the time, these alone times with God. He teaches me about the person He wants me to be. So guys, I can't stress to you the importance of having alone times with God. Hearing for yourself the kind of person He would have you to be. So listening to the pastor today from Bel Air Church, and he said that about Jesus, and then I got the message from God. I say, okay, God, no problem. Whatever hard thing you require of me, I will do my best to be that person for you. So loyalty, guys, faithfulness, learning to endure in our significant relationships. You know, my brother and I talked about our relationship with my mom and how we have to be loyal to her because she's been so loyal to us, you know, and all the values that she's taught us are what are paying off for us. Values like kindness and going the extra mile, you know. She had told me if I'm a street cleaner, be the best street cleaner there is. And just hearing that from her so many times in my life, guys, that's what's working for me. She set such a beautiful example with such great values that she's passed on to us. And I just want to tell you that this is the way to a life of happiness, way to a life of success, a life of meaning and fulfillment, guys. Through kindness and loyalty and faithfulness and just trusting in God and trying to do the right thing, being excellent, being loving, being forgiving, guys. Let me tell you, you don't go wrong. The closer you get to God and the more you become like Him, you know, He just leads you to the path of the best life. So I'm here every day to tell you, don't miss out. Start having your alone times with Him, your appointments with God. Say, God, I want to walk with you. And I want to commit my entire life to pleasing you. And even when I'm weak, I know your strength is there to help me to keep going. So guys, don't miss out on a happy life and joyful life with God. Even when it gets tough sometimes, just knowing that He's there with me brings me such peace and happiness, guys. So don't miss out. Pick up on all the glimmers of His presence that He continually shows everywhere when you have eyes to see Him and ears to hear Him. The best life, guys, with God. Peace.